Okay, let's begin. Dun, dun, dun. Poem for Ika-chan, sincerely from Yomi. I'm excited. Okay. Sometimes I feel like a cracked bowl, leaking ink, just like you. But maybe cracked things are still enough to hold something. A bit of light, a few drops of hope, a single trembling flower pushing through black soil. The dark hums louder when we're alone, doesn't it? Sometimes it wraps itself around your ribs like a python, squeezing so tight you forget how to breathe. But I'm here, and I'll remind you, softly, gently, inhale, exhale, repeat. Ika-chan, there's ink on my hands too. It spills when I think about how small I am, how ugly my voice sounds on recordings, how I never quite say the right thing when I want to make friends. It spills when I look at myself and see a patchwork of not good enoughs, stitched together in the shape of a person. Does your ink feel like that too? But maybe we are not failed creations. Maybe we are living drafts, written and rewritten, crossed out and corrected. Doesn't a poem have meaning even when it's messy? Even when the lines are smudged? You are not a lost cause. Even when your mind whispers it to you, the ink lies. You are not too broken to be loved. Even when your hands tremble with shame and you can't meet the mirror's gaze, sometimes the weight of it all makes you feel like sinking. Would be easier, but if you sink, you'll miss the soft things. The way mushrooms glow faintly in the dark, the way poetry can feel like a hug, the way you make others feel seen, even when you can't see yourself. There's a kind of courage in still being here when everything screams at you not to be. A kind of art in simply existing when the world feels like sharp edges. Ika-chan, we are not perfect, but neither is the forest, and still it grows. Even the fungi that drip their ink into the soil help something else to live. You are helping others live just by being here, even if you don't feel it yet. Stay. Stay for the poems you haven't written, for the days you haven't loved yet, for the chance to prove the ink wrong. You don't need to be a perfect voice actor or a perfect creator or a perfect anything. You only need to be you. And even on your worst days, that is enough. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. Homie, I don't know if you can tell, but I've been fucking crying for a second here. Like, what the fuck? Oh my god. Yomi. Oh god. You know, there's this expression that I've seen since I've started reading poetry that's like, to be loved is to be seen. I'm like, holy fuck, I feel that right now. Like, oh my god. I feel like you just stared into my soul and you wrote such a beautiful poem. Like, this is my favorite poem now. Like, I'm gonna read this every day. Sorry for the long text. How dare you apologize for this? Hearing the emotion in your voice is making my eyes get all wet. Little crybabies, aren't we? Yes! I'm happy to know that I'm not alone in this. Like, I didn't think I was gonna cry on stream, like, ever, but like, oh my god. Third poetry stream. Here we go. This day's gonna go down in history. Glad you realize I see you, darling. Print it off and slap it on the comfort wall. Literally, this is going on my mirror. I didn't think I was gonna cry having you read it. Like, oh my god. And there's another one. God, I am both scared and excited. Also, when did you write this? This is so good. Like, I mean, I already know that you're amazing at writing because like your streams be amazing, but like, oh my god. That is so beautiful, Yomi. You have a way of stringing together words that convey what you're saying really well and with such good emotion. Absolutely. Wrote the first one yesterday and the second one today. Oh my god. This is such an inspiration. I want to learn how to write such beautiful poetry for other people. It's like it feels so special to have a poem written about you, and like I would like to do that, to put that into the world as well. Like, oh my god. Okay. I'm ready for the second one. Ika-chan, your ink tells stories even when it spills. Even when it stains your hands black and you don't know how to clean it up. Your ink is a map, messy, winding, full of places you're scared to visit, but maps are only useless if you stop moving. Sometimes I think about disappearing too. The idea of it feels like a soft, quiet thing, like slipping into shadows where no one will notice. But shadows need light to even exist. Ika-chan, you told me once you felt like a hollow thing. Just a mushroom cap rotting on damp earth. But mushrooms are the lungs of the forest. They grow from the decay and breathe life into what's left. Without them, nothing would thrive. Can you see it? You are not a hollow thing. You are the lifeline for things you can't even name yet. The ink whispers lies, but here's the truth. The moon is cracked too. It hides behind clouds, pulls all tides, makes us believe in impossible things. People still write poems for it. People still love it. The ink on your skin and the cracks in your voice don't make you unlovable. They make you real. And maybe you don't believe me, but here's a clever little truth. You've written your way through this far. And if your ink can spill and shape something beautiful out of your fears, then that same ink can write the ending differently. You're still here, still dripping ink, still smudging it across the page, still breathing. Ika-chan, you told me you thought you were running out of time, but here's the twist. You're the one holding the pen. Homie. I'm crying again, goddamn. Oh. You do write beautiful poetry. Thank you. Of course, Yomi just being honest here. Don't test me. I'll write an entire novel series about you if you keep being so sweet. Homie, how will I ever recover? I'll just never stop crying. You said this would be more calm, Yomi, yet all I feel is more emotions. Literally. Like, my god. I have like a veritable storm swirling inside of me right now. Like, oh my god. But like in a good way, in a good way. Like, I like the feelings. Like, they're good feelings, but oh my god. It's intense. I feel like I keep saying oh my god a lot.